Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be back. If you didn't already know, I am Shay T and this is Young and Purposed. In today's episode, we will be talking about how to be productive in a toxic environment. Staying in any kind of toxic situation or place, be it your work environment, the home where you live, or your country of residence, can gradually begin to shrink your mind and mess with your general productivity. Which is why I will be sharing with you 5 simple ways that you can stay optimally productive if you have recently or for a long time found yourself in such a situation that is toxic for your productivity. Let's go. Number 1, remind yourself that it's not a reflection of who you are. Yes, you are not the problem. If you have found yourself in a toxic situation or a toxic place, I want you to constantly call to mind that that environment is not a reflection of who you are. You didn't start it. The toxic situation was there and it will have been there even if you were not the cause. People often get hard on themselves, sometimes believing that they are the cause of the problem. When people are being mean or wicked to you, or the place is just not friendly, it's easy for you to start feeling like the problem. And that sort of dampens your own emotional stability. It sometimes even kills your self-esteem because you begin to feel like you are the issue. I want you to remind yourself that it's not you. You're not the problem. The place is toxic and it will continue to be whether you're there or not. Number 2, journal your thoughts. I know you may think that this is totally unrelated, but trust me, I have been there. I know what it means to express yourself and be understood the way you want to. Oftentimes when we find ourselves in toxic places or toxic situations, it's difficult to really express how we feel and be understood the way that we really want someone to get us. Even when we find people to talk to, it's sometimes not the way we want them to get us. So I believe that journaling does 2 major things for you. Number 1, it helps you vent. And number 2, it helps you keep a track record of your progress. Now, if you're in a certain phase in that toxic situation, you never know how much you can grow by the next month or by the next week or by the next year or whatever the case is with you. Now, journaling helps you look back on how much you have grown, because when you go back and read the thoughts that you put down as at that time and the place where you are right now, you can see a great stride in your progress and it boosts your self-confidence. It helps you to be the true version of yourself. So I believe that you should journal if you have recently found yourself in such a situation or if you've been dealing with one for quite a while. Get a journal and begin to write today. You can do it. Start journaling. It really, really goes a long way. Number 3, look for humor in every situation. Look, sadness can easily begin to overwhelm you when you find yourself in toxic places or with toxic people. I want you to remember one thing, that a feeling is just that. It is what it is. It's just a feeling. And you, most of the time, have the ability to control how you feel. So instead of being downward trodden and just, feeling sad all of the time, I want you to choose joy. Look for humor. I'm not saying just laugh at everything that isn't funny. You're not a buffoon. I'm saying in every situation, you don't have to always look for the negatives, okay? You can choose the areas that apply to you. You can choose the things that give you joy and just find humor in those things. Number 4, constantly look for inspiration. Let me tell you something. You are more aware of that toxic situation or that toxic place or those toxic people because you are not as inspired as you ought to be about the things that really matter to you, those things that ignite your passion and get you going. You don't have as much inspiration for those things. That is why you are more aware of that toxic situation. So I want to challenge you today. Go after those things that matter to you. Look for inspiration, search for it wherever it is. If you have to read a book, if you have to go out, if you have to look for your mentors, if you have to look for whatever thing it is that sparks fire in you, that thing that ignites your passion and wakes you up and gets you going, that thing that you want to do so much. Look for more of that and focus on that, and I promise you that toxic situation will begin to feel so much more dead to you than alive. And now to number 5, the last but definitely not the least. I want you to know what you can control and what you can't. There are certain uncontrollable and irreversible toxic situations where there is nothing that you can do for the other party or in yourself that you haven't already done that's going to change the reality of that situation. Case in point, grave situations like domestic abuse, sexual abuse, verbal assault, and things like that. Know what you can control and what you can't. You gotta know when to leave. You have to know when this is a no-no. This is beyond manageable. Look, I am not going to stand for this, and these are the action steps that I am going to take to stop this toxic situation. So you have to know what is within your power to control and what you cannot control. The ones that you can control, yeah, you can control those. But things that are going to be detrimental to your life, things that are going to be detrimental to your mental health, things that are going to be detrimental to your being, I don't even have to tell you that when you have to step out, you have to step out, okay? If that place is not something you can manage, then please don't try to be a hero, because you're not helping anybody. If not anything, you are damaging your self-esteem and you're being a bad example to people who are supposed to be looking up to you. So I need you to realize that whatever you do, wherever you are, think about the fact that you must do what is best for you. So if you are not growing in that situation, there's no even need to try to be productive. There's no even need to try to make anything out of it. Just leave it alone and do what is best for you. I'm super glad that you have stayed with me till the end of this video. And at this point, I must ask, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do it right away. Hit the red button on the right side of your screen and you would have subscribed to my channel. Make sure to hit the notification button so that each time I post, you can get notified. Please, I would love to see your comments, your questions. If you have any thoughts or ideas you would like me to talk about, feel free to drop them in the comment section below and I will be glad to engage with you. Look guys, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this month. 100 is a really minute number and you subscribing right now is going to help me achieve that, okay? So do not forget, as much as you've gotten value, don't forget to subscribe and share the video to your friends. You will be helping me grow. Thank you so much, and I am super glad that you have stuck with me till now. I'll see you in my next post.